Welcome to the Utah Homebuyers Quest podcast with Nelson Bars. Our mission is to give you hope, knowledge, and encouragement on your quest for home ownership.
Housing affordability is at its worst point since 1986.
Higher mortgage rates are impacting Utah's housing market. Potential buyers out there being priced out.
It's getting tougher by the day to afford a home.
Many factors are making it very, very difficult with no relief in sight.
Homeownership may seem like an impossible mountain to climb in today's world. We're here to say that it is possible, and we're here to be your guide, to climb with you, to urge you forward all the way to the closing table. We believe in home ownership, and we believe in you.
Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the very first episode of the Utah Homebuyers Quest podcast. I'm really excited you're here, and I'm really excited to get this process started. My name is Nelson Bars. I am a mortgage broker based here in Layton, Utah. And this podcast is for home buyers in exile. Anybody who's just on the sidelines hoping to get a home, but need to prepare, need to learn how, need time. And this is to help you get motivated, help you stay motivated, and to understand how to succeed as a home buyer. I'll tell you a little bit about me. This episode is just a quick intro, and I want you to understand who I am and what the plans are for this podcast. I'm not a big fan of telling people what I'm going to do. I like to just do it. But for this, I think it's important. If you've come here and found this first episode, I want you to know what we're going to be about. So first of all, as a mortgage broker, I've been in the business for about 23 years, full-time, originating loans and helping people buy houses. I work as the principal lending manager, the principal primary broker for my company, Utah Independent Mortgage. In the past, I've worked for many large mortgage banks. I've been a branch manager. I've been a hiring director, training manager for originators and processors. I've been involved in thousands of closings, helping people buy homes over the last 23 years. But all of those things have taught me that my favorite thing is just to sit with my clients, roll up my sleeves, and get to work to help them qualify and find the best financing they can for their home. I'll tell you a little bit about what a mortgage broker is as opposed to a mortgage loan officer at a bank. I used to work for the banks, and when you work for a specific bank, your job is to sell their products, to find people who want their products and to sell the rates that they're publishing, right? As an independent mortgage broker now, I don't work for any specific bank. I work for my clients. I get paid by the banks. When I close, they buy the loan, and so I get a commission. My job, however, is to sit down with my client, understand their needs, and then to pair them up with whichever bank is best for them. We have 20 or 30 given banks at any given time that we're approved with to process and close in their name. And honestly, there are different lenders that love different people best. You know, I had a client once, kind of what led to this for me to leave the banks. I had a client who I worked with them pretty hard. We were meeting together to work on their credit. And we got them up to a point where they could qualify for an FHA loan. And I quoted them a rate, I pre-approved them, and they went out shopping for a home. At the end, however, once they found their home, they decided to compare the rate I was offering to other lenders. And, they found a much better rate from a mortgage broker, and I was very frustrated. After the fact, I learned that the company that I was working for, they just didn't have an appetite for those borrowers that had the low credit score FHA. They decided somewhere up the chain to publish a higher rate than the market for that program, probably to deter people from closing, or if they were going to close, they were going to be profitable loans, they were going to offset the risk, right? I felt like that was a betrayal of me and of my clients, when now, as a broker, I can find those lenders who do have an appetite for whatever it is that my clients need. And so I'm able to offer kind of the lender that loves you best for each situation. Also, just a little bit about me. I consider myself a scrappy loan originator. What that means is I'm going to help you with your credit problems. I'm going to help you with creative financing. I'm going to help you find down payment assistance. My coaches over the years have discouraged that. They've said, look, just spend your time finding qualified people. Don't spend your time helping on people who don't qualify for what you have to offer. And I just can't do it. I feel like those people are the ones who have the most to gain from home ownership. I truly believe home ownership has the power to change financial lives. And I want to help everyone, especially the ones who need some work, to get there and to experience that in their lives. I am not a real estate agent, so I'm not licensed to help you find a home and make offers on it. We will be interviewing quite a few licensed real estate agents on this podcast to help get their best tips and advice. I'm married. I live in Syracuse, up here in Davis County. I have 4 children, and I've decided to make this a Utah-specific podcast. If I try to be too broad, if I try to make this appeal to a national audience, I feel like I'm going to miss the opportunity to bring you specific tips and programs and opportunities for my Utah clients. I only lend in Utah and Idaho. I don't try to lend nationwide, so this is just focused on local clients who I can help. Now, why am I doing this podcast? I will tell you that it's been frustrating over the last couple years to meet with clients who they come to my office excited to buy a home, and when I show them what the monthly payment's going to look like or what it's going to take to qualify, I can see their faces fall. I can see them get very discouraged, and I want to be able to do more for those clients, to walk with them all the way on the long journey of preparation through pre-approval and closing, right? It can be honestly buying your first home. It can feel like climbing Mount Everest. So that's the theme of this podcast. It is a quest. We are going to climb Mount Everest together. I want to be your guide and to basically help you become as prepared as possible and walk all the way up that mountain with you, all the way to the summit where you'll be closing on your home and moving in to a new home. I honestly hope that you'll find value in this podcast, that we can someday speak one-to-one, that I can have an opportunity to earn your business and be your broker. My own kids are coming to home buying age. I have a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old, so I can see the uphill battle that they are facing, and I want them to own a home. I hope that they will start by listening to this podcast just like you have, and then continue until you are successful in that goal. So I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to do on this podcast. We're going to start with 3 base camp episodes. These are just think of it as like a 3-hour home buying seminar. The first episode will cover why homeownership is essential. I've seen some people as I've been researching that episode online who are saying it's just better to rent. I couldn't disagree more, and I'll teach you why. The second episode will be all about qualifying for a mortgage. There are so many myths out there and lies about what it takes to qualify. I think too many people count themselves out. So we're going to go through the guidelines: income, credit, down payment, work history, things like that, to help you understand what you may need. And then the third, we're just going to talk about the process, the home buying process, from credit pull, pre-approval, making offers, going under contract, home inspections, getting all the way ready to close, and then moving in. We're going to teach you what that takes, right? So those are the base camp episodes. I hope everybody can listen to those to get a fundamental understanding of the quest that we're on. And the rest of the episodes, we're going to share solutions to common problems. What if my debt ratio is too high? What if I don't have a down payment? How do I shop for a mortgage? How do I choose a real estate agent? Who pays for the real estate agent, right? How to qualify if you're self-employed, and how to win if you're in a competitive bidding situation with other buyers. We're also going to interview a lot of real estate agents and home inspectors, insurance people, credit repair specialists, anyone who I feel can help you prepare to be successful as a home buyer, right? We're going to meet with and review the down payment assistance programs throughout the state. And by the end, or even in the middle, you're going to be so well educated. After listening for a while, this process is going to seem a lot less intimidating and daunting for you. And I believe if you listen, you will succeed as a home buyer. You'll be able to stay motivated. You'll be able to stay engaged. You can use this as a regular boost for your dedication to your financial goals. And you'll know how to get the best deals. You'll know how to get the best purchase price. You'll know how to get the best interest rates and fees. We're going to be reviewing where rates are moving. We'll look at economists' reports occasionally. I'll do a weekly update on the market so you can understand where rates are going. Also, we're going to talk about creative strategies like getting a mother-in-law apartment or building one with the money that we can wrap into your mortgage. There's so many ways to help you thrive as a home buyer and succeed. And of course, in every episode, my goal is to encourage you. I'll be including some case studies, families, people who recently bought and how they did it. I want to keep your spirits high. I want to show you the path that we will be walking together. So there's another resource too I just want to tell you about. It's a Facebook group called the Homebuyers Quest Discussion Group. If you just go search that on Facebook, you can join the group as a listener and interact with other homebuyers. I'll be there. I have some real estate agents who will also be there, and we can just answer your individual questions as they pop up, which will help the whole group to learn. I've really benefited from some groups like that in my life, so I hope you'll come over there and join the discussion. So again, congratulations for being here. I really do want to emphasize how important homeownership is, and I honestly feel like you are in the right place to get ready. I'm always available to answer your questions anytime. As I said, I hope that some of the listeners of this podcast will become my friends and my clients. And I hope that you will reach out to schedule a consultation with me. If you want to go deeper into your own situation, we can do it face-to-face. In my Layton office, we can go over Zoom. We can do a phone call. And if you find this podcast valuable, I promise that a consultation with me will be even more valuable. There's no fee to consult with me. There's no obligation, right? So I hope that gives you a feel for where we're headed. I hope you'll find it worthy of subscribing so you can get the fresh episodes as they're published. They're specifically designed to give you knowledge, real-time market updates, most of all, encouragement and motivation. And remember, don't count yourself out. Don't think that you are all alone on this quest. We believe in you, and we are here, my team and I, to guide you, to walk with you all the way to closing. Okay, that's it for this episode. Please check us out online. Our website is homebuyersquest.com, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to the Utah Homebuyers Quest podcast with Nelson Bars, your place for a strong dose of inspiration and knowledge so you can stay on top of your quest for home ownership. If you have a question or comment for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit homebuyersquest.com to record a voice memo or submit your question. You can also join our Facebook community to interact with experts and fellow travelers. Search Homebuyers Quest on Facebook to find the group and join the conversation. But with just a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to the next episode. And remember, we believe in home ownership and we believe in you.